a bit of an in-between episode, to be honest. There were good things, there were bad things, and a lot of everything else. I would say it's middle of the pack.
Yeah. Happily middle.
Happily middle?
Happily.
So, like, that's actually positive, then?
I think it was an enjoyable episode.
Yeah.
There were some laughs in there. Like, some actual proper laughs. Not like a, oh, ha, ha, ha. Like, genuinely, there were some good moments. But then there were other bits where I was like, guys, why are you doing this to these characters? Why are these characters like this? But it's a different universe.
Exactly.
So, you know, we'll take it.
You have to just take it. You do. That's exactly what you have to do, because they're just making shit up as they go along. I mean, I know they're doing that anyway, but it seems like they're just doing that to the extreme with this show. Hey, NarendraTheComic here.
India.
No, we have Non-Sensei, but right now we have an episode 7 review of What If. And actually today the finale is coming out, so we are obviously going to be late. Inherently, it's just part of who we are. But if everything goes well, we might have the whole season done by, like, Sunday.
Oh, yeah, that's
possible.
That's potential. I'm not going to promise anything, but it could happen.
Yeah.
In this realm.
It's likely. Oh, you're like, likely is a strong word.
It's a pretty strong word.
Episode 7 was actually pretty good. There were a lot of things which we both enjoyed about it. The comedy was there. I think sometimes they leaned too far into the comedy with this episode, though, because it kind of felt a bit too hokey at different times.
Yeah, it was very different tone to everything else in this whole season. Everything else has seemed really, really serious and kind of almost on edge. And it was just really toned down until like the last 2 seconds.
Yeah.
But I think I really did enjoy it. I enjoyed the characters in most cases. I feel like there were some questions here. I understand that Thor without Loki is just like the oath before he kind of grew up. Saw him in the first Thor. But it was a bit much to do that to the Warriors 3.
Yeah, they were a bit more serious, especially Sif. Sif, forever through the MCU, has always been the more serious member of that group, kind of to maybe be the foil to Loki's shenanigans. So maybe if Loki wasn't there, she might not have been the way she was either. So maybe it makes sense the Warriors 3 kind of just went along with him, being like, hey, he's the big man, we're just gonna have a party time. So I get it. I just think it could have been done in a better way. Also, I have to say, I don't like Captain Marvel as a character, right? I don't like Brie Larson in the role. I don't think Brie Larson's a bad actress.
No.
I just think she just didn't fit the role at all. But this was probably Captain Marvel's best appearance in the MCU, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't Brie Larson.
Oh, I don't know. Who was voicing her?
I don't
Was
think
it
it
not Brie
was.
Larson?
No, I don't think it was.
Oh, well, I mean, I didn't mind Captain Marvel in this.
Yeah.
They kind of lent into the comedy side of things with her and the sort of punching across to different continents that Thor and her were doing. It was fun, but also it was like party pooper. I do see it, like, I feel like it's almost bad that she was given that moniker because, like, across the MCU, she's almost considered a party pooper.
But then I think that's why they did it, because
They meant
everyone knows she's kind of like dead. Emotionally stunted, I think, in so many ways. Not understanding social cues. I mean, a lot of us are like that, but I think she's like to the extreme.
Right.
The way she was in Endgame, come on.
Yeah, I guess.
The way she was in Captain Marvel, it's like, wait, where's the emotion?
Yeah.
Where's any real life experience? It was good to see the Loki and Thor relationship still existed in this world, though, and that while they weren't actually brothers, they were brothers from other mothers.
Yeah, that was kind of sick. When they turned up, I was like, oh, is this going to be a war? And then they were like, oh, puny, yada, yada. And then it was like, I'm here for you, bro. We're bros. I was like, oh wow,
It still happened. It was meant to happen. It was cute, though.
It was actually. It made me smile. I kind of feel like it was a bad move to be like, I'm just going to call your mum. Like...
And it was Jane Foster who did that. I would have bought that more if it was Captain Marvel who done that.
Yeah.
Or Maria Hill when she found out she did that.
Yeah.
But Jane, I just don't see her doing it. Plus, I don't know where Selvig was in the episode. He was referencing it. But I feel like they kind of changed a lot of stuff. And they can do that because it's What If. But how she had access to all these satellites and the ability to put them in the right orientation for her to make a connection with Heimdall, I don't know how that works. Because she's just an astrophysicist or whatever she is. Like, it doesn't make sense. She's not working for S.w.o.r.d. S.w.o.r.D. kicked her off the freaking helicarrier, so she's not involved there. I don't get how that happened.
She didn't have any connections. Also, I had a question. There was this moment where Jane has this realization that, oh, he's a Thor, the Norse god Thor, and if there's Thor, then there's Loki, then there's Frigga. But in the film, it was Selvig who made that connection with, like, the whole children's book and the library, and everyone thought he was going mad, but he wasn't yet.
He had all the information, essentially.
Yeah, but in this universe, she already had that.
Yeah.
I don't know why they didn't want to just have Selvig in the mix in this episode, just to bring him in, because he would have been fun at a party.
It takes away from their characters, though. Because if you have him in there, it's a thing of, oh, it's the guy with the information, and it's... people, they get funny with this stuff nowadays. I think that has to be the reason, because otherwise it makes no sense for you to not bring Selvig into this story. It's one character who probably will have 6 or 7 lines of dialogue through the whole episode. If you're not going to bother to bring him in, there's a distinct reason you've done that. It's because they want to show her having more information and being more intelligent.
She's already pretty smart.
She's super smart. Oh, but Darcy as well. Annoying.
Oh, Darcy.
Just how it goes.
I thought seeing Darcy in cartoon form would be chill. I didn't like her at all.
Do you know how nuts it was? As soon as I saw Howard the Duck and her, I went, there's going to be a bit with them getting married or them going on a date, actually. And then both those things happened. Yeah, I was like, this is too nuts. They're too crazy with what they're doing here. But it's also predictable somehow. It was both predictable and unpredictable. I think most of the episodes have done well in not being too predictable. This one was one of those, like episode 1 and like the last episode, which were very, very just, oh, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, this is going to happen. And I think that doesn't lean into what this series is about, which is not knowing what's going to happen.
See, I feel like this episode could have really been balls to the wall. No one would have expected anything just because of the concept. Thor being the party machine across the universe, coming to Earth, Captain Marvel coming to be the party pooper. They could have done things that no one was expecting with that prompt, and yet it became expected, which isn't a good thing, It
could have been even when Thor brought all the people to Earth saying, big party on Earth, there could have been some people being like, we're going to capture him. What if Yondu and his crew actually just tried to muck up the party themselves or tried to capture Thor to try and use him as ransom or something to get money? I don't know.
They could have done anything. Also, mentioning Yondu, there were people from all over the MCU in this. There was Nebula. Yeah. There was Rocket, the Grand Master, Yondu and his crew, Drax.
Mantis.
There were so many, and I'm like, guys, okay, maybe in this universe, the universe is all chill and there's like no warring, no individual skirmishes, because everyone's being ready to party whenever Thor throws down his hammer.
That's it. But then at the end of the episode, you're like, oh, this universe didn't have any major problems, so now there seems to be like a giant other threat, which seems like it's Ultron Vision with multiple stones. I don't know if it was every single stone, maybe it was, but I mean, Ultron Vision with the stone, that's a bit of a problem.
That was a oh shit moment. Really, right at the end there, they slipped it in.
I think even the Watcher was a bit like, oh shit. I think he was.
He was like, oh, they get the happily ever after. No, they don't. Never mind.
That's not right. That was a good way to end the episode. And I think this one will actually bleed into the next episode and bleed into the final episode, whereas all the others have kind of been like offshoot anthologies while potentially being connected to this overarching story that the Watcher's telling. But it was a decent episode. Things I liked, things I didn't like. I think the Captain Marvel stuff was surprisingly okayly done, if that's even a word. The Thor stuff did piss me off a little bit with the way they made him too oafish. But then I suppose if you don't have that counter to you in Loki, then maybe that is the way he would be. So maybe it is believable, but Frigga, she's the big boss. She's the big boss. You didn't really see it in the films very much.
No.
You didn't, but the fact is, she's a witch. She got them powers, and people are scared of her. Even Thor. Anyway, guys, if you did enjoy this video, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel down there. If you didn't, Thor himself gonna come after you. You don't want that. No. You really don't. Do they want that?
No.
So just subscribe anyway to avoid that. I've been NarendraTheComic.
I've been India.
She's been Non-Sensei. You've been Graham. We'll see you next time. That's tomorrow. If you don't know, make a video every single day. Been doing it every day for over 1,000 days now. We ain't stopping till we get to 10,000 subscribers. So do subscribe. Pop back again tomorrow for some more quality shitty content, because we're hashtag never not here. Just how it goes. Also bring the Pakwas means nonsense in Punjabi. And we also bring that. Bring a lot. Bring a little, do a lot, do a little, but we do indeed bring the quality shitty content on a daily basis. So see you tomorrow. More of the same. Slightly different, but essentially, they're very same. Once more. See you then. Skadoosh.